The Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast on demand. Word.
All right. Get the word broom into the website.
BROOM, broom.
Yep, broom. That could be your key to unlocking $1,000 by the end of the day here on 99.7 DJX. Hey, can we do a quick round of Am I the Jerk here?
Okay, let's do it.
And it's not me that I'm talking about, but this story comes out where there was a guy who got set up on a blind date, right?
Uh-huh.
And so his mom kind of set up the blind date, and which is, kind of odd in and of itself. The guy's 29, right? So
Okay, yeah. And mom was getting a little concerned, like, you're not dating enough, you're 29. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And decided to take more of an active role, apparently.
Right. So anyways, sets him up with this nice young lady, right? And so he was like, all right, so we'll get something to eat. I'll pay for it. We'll go from there, right? And so when he shows up, though, apparently his date had brought 23 members of her family. Now, this was after he had already agreed.
Psycho.
Yeah, well, this is already after he had already agreed to pay for the date. Now, her reasoning was that she wanted to test her date's generosity before committing to a relationship.
This is a first date, and she invites 23 family members. That's psychotic. Sorry. Psychotic.
So he is like, deuces, and takes off.
Good for him.
So, who's the jerk here? Is it this guy?
She's the jerk for inviting all of the people. How much was that bill?
It was $3,100.
Are you insane? That is wrong. Like, okay, so I've always operated under the assumption that whoever invites the other person out on the date maybe should offer to pay, even if it's the woman. Like, if you're asking someone out, that's automatically like, I'm paying to take you out.
So,
okay?
That being said, remember, this was his mom and his side of the deal of, hey, inviting out this young lady who then in turn brought 23 members of her family.
No. Keyword being this young lady. He invited her to dinner. He did not invite her entire family. That is psycho. Okay, that is only if they are getting married and he wants to be like welcomed into the family, then maybe you pay for the entire family to have a meal together, but not on date one. Are you kidding me?
No, that's a rehearsal dinner right there.
Yes, absolutely.
That's when you're married.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you are getting married and you are starting a life together with a person, that might make a little bit more sense. But this is insane. It's a first date. No, I don't think is anybody thinking that he should have paid for this?
Well, most are saying that no, he was not the jerk here.
That is not acceptable. If you say most, that means some people are thinking he should have paid.
Yeah.
And that is insane.
Yeah, most are saying, he is not the jerk here, that he was cool with, he was okay with, ducking
Paying
out.
for her. Like, I'll pay for you. He invited her on a date, not 23 other people. That's insane. Who are the people that's saying he should have paid? That's who I have an issue with. I need 100% of people backing this guy because this is insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, this poor guy had agreed to pay for, the meal, not realizing that her entire extended family was going to also be joining.
Yes,
him, so.
Because when you ask someone out, typically, I'm going to go ahead and say typically, most of us do not expect their entire extended family to show up too.
Yeah.
You're trying to get to know this one person.
I wonder, is there anybody who is listening who has gone out on a date and your date bring along a friend?
Now, that is a little more common, but still weird because, again, how are you supposed to concentrate on getting to know this one person when you got someone else you're supposed to invite into the conversation? Are you dating them both? It's weird.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement that, he was right in ducking out, and he
was sucker punched in a big way.
He did pay for a portion of, and I'm thinking it was just him and maybe hers.
I was going to say, that was the agreement.
But at that point, I don't even think I would have paid for hers.
No.
I'd have been no, I'm going to get mine, and you guys can figure all that out yourself.
We are not
See ya.
seeing each other again. This is not going to end up in a date too.
We were just talking about this guy who went on a blind date, and 23 of his date's extended family shows up.
On date one, how is this even a question?
And
she is insane.
And he says deuces and pieces out. And so, kind of wondering, is he the jerk? And there were surprisingly some people that were like, yeah, he should have paid. He should have,
are you insane?
Been generous.
Who are these people? Who are these people?
But I wanted to know, have you ever gone out on a date and your date bring a friend? And then, do you pay? What happened? So our former intern, Megan's on the phone. What was your story?
So last year, my roommate, invited this guy from high school, I think, over to paint pumpkins. And she was like, hey, Megan, hey, do you want to paint pumpkins with us? And I was like, sure, absolutely. It's Halloween, right?
Yeah.
So then, apparently, he thought it was a date, and I didn't know that he thought it was a date. So my roommate tricked me into being there.
So you were the other woman. So you were the other. Oh, you were the third wheel.
And I didn't know.
So did he pay for you too?
Yeah, he paid for my dinner too.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
wow.
and we ordered to go. So he was really nice about it. He was like, yeah, I'll buy you guys dinner, and I was like, oh, that's really sweet, thanks. And so they went and got the food and then came back, and then I set up the stuff to paint pumpkins and stuff. And so and then I didn't find out till later that it was meant to be a date.
Oh my gosh,
oh
Megan.
No. And as the
funny.
guy that shows up in that situation,
Yeah.
are you not that's a kind of a strongly worded message, right? I'm kind of not super invested yet.
Yeah, if you're thinking that you are going out with one person and that person brings along a friend, there's a message being sent that, you know what, we're not ready for just uno time,
One-on-one. Yeah, no, Roxanne said, though, this is weird. I went on a date where the guy brought his mom every time he was 35. Needless to say, we didn't work out. But the fact that Roxanne went on more than one date
with the guy who
dude
brought
that
his mom?
his mom is impressive.
That's good.
That was very generous of you, Roxanne.
All right. Like I said, tweeted the story. You can read about it at Ben and Kelly Show.